Hey everybody, welcome back to Gooseberry Homestead. Let's talk about mouse ear chickweed. Now, with my recent adventure in my greenhouse with discovering that rats have been getting into my seeds that I've planted, I just think it's ironic that today, when I finally identified this particular herb in my container pots, that it was called mouse ear. So let's talk about it. So let's take a look at the plant itself. And I was thinking that this was like a purslane at first, but I researched and then I found like the clusters of flowers and how they look in images online, and it reminded me just of that. So I really do believe that this is in fact a mouse ear chickweed. Now there is another variety of chickweed called common chickweed, and the flowers are the same shape as the mouse ear. The only difference is the segments on this and the common are going to be different. Now it's hairy along the stems, and the mouse ear has hairy leaves also. The common does not have hairy leaves. It does have a hairy stem, but the stems are red on the mouse ear chickweed, and the stems are green on the common chickweed. Common chickweed can be used and eaten fresh, just as it is, in salads and what have you. But the this type of chickweed has to be cooked. So you can cook both. They can be used the same way in that respect. And what you're wanting to do when you're cooking with it, like say in soups and stews and that sort of thing, you're going to want to put the chickweed into the stew or the soup the last 5 minutes. That way you don't overcook it, okay? Very important. Now, I do have some other things growing in this container pot. I had transplanted some of my celery, and I have some self-rooted or self-seeded wild arugula in the pot. I will be removing those as they come up and move them into other pots. I'm going to designate this pot right here for my chickweed here. And if I call it purslane, please forgive me, because I was looking up purslane to begin with because I thought this was a type of purslane, and I was hoping that it was the not the dangerous one, and the one that's not edible. And so I ended up finding out that this is in fact mouse ear chickweed, which is edible, which is really great. There's some really great health benefits to it. It's not like clinically proven, but studies on mice have shown its effects. And so yeah. Well, looking at it, I do have a little cheat sheet here that I printed out, and I've kind of touched on a few of the things. The common chickweed is going to be an annual herb, and the mouse ear is actually pre-annual. So it'll grow through the winter, which is really great. These had been growing very smallly throughout the winter, and once spring hit, it's really taken off. You can see I've got different little flower clusters, and each flower cluster is going to have close to 40 seeds in it, you guys. And there are certain birds like doves and sparrows and little birds that will eat on the seeds that come out of these, but a lot of it will be directly sown back into the ground. And this just naturally came up. I might even have the common chickweed here in my yard. In fact, I think I might see some over here, along with some of my grass that is getting ready to seed itself. And so that's some really, really great information. Now, let me see here. In my papers, I had some really good information here. Just kind of to let you know that it does have some really great benefits for the chickweed here. Now, You can use the leaf is what you're going to be using to make your medicines. Now, I just want to preface this by saying I'm not a doctor by any means, so don't take my word for it. Do your own research, try your own things out. I won't be held responsible for anything anybody else does. So be able know your plants, identify them, and make sure that you're not ingesting something yourself that could potentially be harmful to yourself. Okay, so I'm just putting that out there right now. But the leaves can be used for medicinal reasons. People who take the chickweed, they use sometimes for constipation. They'll use it for different bowel problems, different blood disorders. It helps with asthma, and other types of lung diseases. They have said that it actually helps with obesity because they have been studying with mice that have been put on birth control, and the chickweed actually helps them not to gain the weight that typically happens whenever you take birth control. Like, people will take birth control and gain weight. I had the same problem. Many women do. And so it helps with that hormonal issue within you that makes you put on weight. So it's said to help with obesity and help with weight loss. And it's shown in studies that overweight mice have lost weight using it. So there's that. It has vitamin C. People who suffer from vitamin C deficiency, people who have scurvy, that sort of thing. Generally, when you have scurvy, you have a vitamin C deficiency, and so it really helps people with that. Any kind of skin conditions, and itching and aching muscles and joints and that sort of thing, it helps with. So it helps with a lot of things. It also has it helps with antihistamines. So when you're having allergies and that sort of thing, it helps with that, which is really great as well. And I'm trying to see if there's anything else. So for that you can make a salve, and that will help with eczema, insect bites, nettle burns, which is really good because I have nettles. Gout, apparently, and that sort of thing helps with soothing the hands, and that's when you make a salve with it. Okay, and I've seen some recipes on Pinterest, you guys. So head over to Pinterest and look for tinctures and salves and that sort of thing using your chickweeds. So that's really good. And so you can make your tinctures. And so, tinctures and salves generally tend to be the way to go. Some people also will dry the leaves for a dry herb, so you can use these dry herbs as well. It has the same exact potency as fresh herbs. You just use different dosages in your salves to make your salves and to make your tinctures, you guys. And you can also eat them fresh. The common chickweed, that is. You'll definitely need to cook the mouse ear chickweed. But anyways, that's pretty much it. I found this information out today. I had to refer to my notes just a little bit. The wind's blowing, so you could probably hear the paper crinkling. But I kind of wanted to just, touch base you guys with you, show this to you, get in really close so you can really see these herbs really, really well, what they look like. So this is mouse ear chickweed. And you can see all the little flower clusters, and when it comes open, there will be 5 flower petals. And so that's how this one is looking, and it spreads out, and every place there is a joint and it touches the ground, it'll set down roots. So it can create a really tough barrier under your grass areas, and will really take root and take over an area. So it's kind of considered a noxious weed, but I'm finding that these noxious weeds are really great, you guys, because weeds aren't just weeds. We call them weeds, but they're not just weeds. So I'm really excited that I have this in my garden. I almost pulled them out of my pot and tossed them to the side, and I'm really glad that I did not do that, because now, you guys, I will be able to have this wonderful herb in my garden for years to come. And I will have designated areas for the different types of things. So I would like to actually try this for seeing if it helps with weight loss promotion, help with some of my allergies that I may have, and because it has the histamines in it, so or the antihistamines. So I'm looking forward to trying this out as a more natural way to help with my my allergies and that sort of thing. And I'll keep you guys updated. So anyways, have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe, and click that bell button. And have a wonderful day. God bless. Bye.